babe. Come on in. Sorry I didn't see you there. I was just sorting through some mail. Honestly, you guys coming here right now is probably perfect timing. You know, get yourself out of that cold. I hate the cold. I want to be back inside. You know, it'd be really great if I had something to take my mind off just how freezing it is right now. Which, I mean, is kind of perfect timing because the new Welcome Home update just released. Huzzah! And I did just upload my video going over everything you need to know for this new update, including secrets and lore. If you haven't seen that already, I definitely recommend going to check that out. And since I posted that video, you guys have left some insane comments with your theories that really kind of delve deeper into some of the things we discussed in that video. So I was thinking, what better way to spend this freezing cold, disgusting winter day than to get cozy and discuss some of your Welcome Home fan theories. Everyone, get your blankets, get your hot cocoa, or if you don't like hot cocoa, get some tea, or if you don't like tea, get some coffee, or if you don't like coffee, just get like any other beverage to your liking. Because today we're going to be doing a deep dive on the new update and going over some of your fan theories. I'm so excited. I also just want to preface this discussion by saying this update did deal with some pretty heavy topics, so here's a little warning for you. So again, if you haven't seen my video going over the update, I totally recommend checking that out. Or if you haven't been keeping up with Welcome Home in general, I did make a video recently that's an hour long titled The Ultimate Guide to Welcome Home that goes over every single update from start to, well, before this update. For those of you that might need a refresher from this update, I'll give you the rundown. The newest update is all about Frank Frankly, and while there isn't too much restored material on Frank, Wally did decide to send us on another quest looking for secret videos. This time we have to find and collect several bugs by smushing them, which give us secret videos and letters. When we find all the videos and unscramble the letters, we get the word parcel. Where then, in order to get our trophy from Wally, we place the unscrambled word at the end of the URL on a secret portion of the website found in this update titled Our Home. These videos revealed a lot about Frank Frankly, but not only that, they also unveiled a lot about the neighborhood as well. Through these videos, we learned that Wally originally was not able to communicate with Home, and instead Frank was able to communicate with Home. We got a lot more context on past secret videos where Frank actually has conversations talking about the episodes that the neighbors were going through. For example, Frank checks in with Poppy and asks about the incident from the Halloween update where she has the breakdown in her house. She's also doing some pretty interesting activities. They mentioned Ronald Darling, the creator of Welcome Home, which, by the way, it is implied that all of these puppets are sentient and working on creating the Welcome Home show. So they're like actors and actresses, but they're also their characters. I guess they're being overseen by Ronald Darling, this human man, which a lot to unpack there. We got to see continuations from the home warming video where Frank attempts to go after Eddie, where Frank decides to help Julie out by digging up the flower that she couldn't make bloom. We also learned that yes, in fact, Frank and Eddie are a thing. However, it seems that Eddie is having a bunch of memory issues and for some reason can't remember what's going on between him and Frank. Later on, we see Frank going through similar issues where he's having trouble remembering things. We're also getting led around the website to find these bugs by this barking cockroach that I nicknamed Barky. W is dealing with this toy called the Buggle that came to life and is also having weird memory issues and dealing with the black goo substance deliciousness. So that's where we're at as of right now, so I think this is a great time to open up that comment section and get this discussion going. Let's do this thing. Okay, I do want to start off by saying that My Teeth Are Blue commented that according to Clown's friend Huck, Barky is actually named Roach Babe and she was made to take care of the viewer. I felt like sharing with the class and thank you for sharing. I think that's such a freaking cute name. It's iconic. We love Roach Babe. So starting off, I did get a lot of comments that were talking about like that black goo substance, disgusting deliciousness. Not quite sure how I feel about that yet. And a lot of people were theorizing about what exactly this goop could be and what this goop could mean because obviously it is affecting W on the Away from Prying eyesight, so there has to be more to it, right? Jax the Overlord 6959 says, theory for next update, Eddie and Frank's wedding reveal. Yes! I'm here for it.
Let them be happy.
Let them have their happy moment after this update. They freaking deserve it. Okay, actual theory slash what's been on my mind is that Barnaby was barely in this update. Makes me think the next update may focus on him with mentions to dogs, the beetle. I also think whatever black substance W mentioned on his hand is responsible for making these puppets turn more lifelike. Transfer into the world of Welcome Home, a sort of transformation in a sense. I totally freaking agree. I'm not sure how it would affect an already living being, go beyond the symptoms presented. And I feel like this is a big point that a lot of people have been making, so I mean, I think it's pretty interesting and I think it could be true. Yeah! Also, just to note, a lot of people were having this theory that the goo might bring these puppets to life, but also have these negative effects. I saw some people pointing out that potentially this could be the reason for all of the mental health related issues that the neighbors have been going through. And then on the other hand of things, people were like, oh my god, could this be used to control the puppets? Which we'll get into. I mean, I do think that the ooze certainly has something to do with it. I don't think it would be there for no reason, and of course it's affecting the neighbors in Welcome Home, so I think it does have a bigger role to play. When it comes to the puppets going through everything that they're going through, I mean, it is confirmed, like, these puppets are 100% alive. They are sentient, they can think, they have thoughts. I think a lot of it comes from the overall being, that's the puppet master, if you will, behind Welcome Home, forcing them to sort of fit into their roles. When of course we know they're sentient, they're beings, they feel, they think, and I think the puppet master is just trying to force them all into a box, so to speak. I think that's a very big theme at play here, especially that we see with this update. Another comment from snakepit_media, wonder if the neighbors are becoming much too real for the showrunners, which is why a lot of these more adult scenes are hidden. I'm wondering if the showrunners, some of them, are aware of what's going on with Home and are assisting it within the Welcome Home universe. I think some of these toys were specifically designed to bring that energy from Home to the IRL world. Now, I do think, again, that could be the case. As I said, these puppets are very much alive, and they are acting on the show when they are confined to the world of Welcome Home with an overall being over watching them. Personal take. But I do think maybe there is that issue of these showrunners being too scared that they're too free to think on their own and too free to roam around and do whatever. I don't know why I got a country accent there. Little bit of chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night. You could hire me. Like, I could be the next Florida Georgia Line. Is that who sings that? I don't know. But yeah, I think it scares them. Another common theme I'm seeing in this comment section is talking about Wally's role in all of this. Because man, that dude is behind like every little secret. He sent us on a wild goose chase here. He sent us on a wild goose chase since the beginning, actually. Yeah, he is the one who has been communicating with us all along. He leaves us very lovely messages, but he also has a weird pattern, but there's definitely something more to him. Whether he's being used as a puppet for the overall brand, there's definitely something deeper with him. In a lot of the secret videos, whenever he's mentioned or he comes into the videos, it glitches out and ends. But this comment kind of sums up a lot of people's thoughts. Berrycuss9125, I hope I said that right. I have a feeling that Wally is used by the creators of the show to control/spy on the other characters. I don't think he was doing that on purpose. He's just the most vulnerable from them all, the easiest to exploit. Poor Wally. They don't want their puppets to go off script after all. I also see them as more than just puppets. I theorize that they are literally fused with their voice actors, maybe possessed by them in some way. Almost completely forgot their past lives, memories replaced by backstories for characters, but some of their memories still leak through their minds. That's why characters act more like adults off camera and are aware of the company behind the show. Maybe they think that's normal, that they're always in these bodies because reality is mixed with the fabricated reality of Home, which I could see. Okay, I really love this one. It makes so much sense to me. Tyrion says, the black goo gives not only dizziness, but weird psychological effects. W doesn't remember getting into bed. To begin with, why could he go to bed after finding the buggle? I think the goo has a mind effect that is used to control others' actions and behavior. The goo is used to control puppets kind of like a drug, which I think, again, makes sense from what we've been seeing with W, and again, a lot of the symptoms match up with what the puppets experienced in this update and in previous updates. DeathIsYou64 says, I still wonder why Wally is exposing all of this. Why is he leading us to all the hidden secrets and information that would have gotten the show canceled for the time? Does he want to expose all of this to punish the people that took away his spotlight, or rather took away his friends? I think he wants his friends back, but may not realize they're also just actors. Home isn't real, but it's real enough to the one true puppet made just for the show. I think Wally is a really complex character. I think a lot of people are wondering why he has so much power and what role he has to play in all of this. Wally, as we've seen on the Away from Prying site and the employees only page from way back when, is tormenting people that are working on restoring the show.
Not only that, but Wally is the only one who appears to have the ability to reach out directly to us through this website to others in general.
So what's the motive here? A lot of people debate, is he really a good guy, or is he a bad guy, or is he just being controlled in general to do all of these things? But we really do need to ask, why is he showing all all of this to us because he is the one who is giving us all of these secret videos. So why? That's a really good question. I'm not really quite sure that I've really thought about it that much or come up with my own sort of theory as to why that is. I think as more time goes on, we'll start to see a bit about this. Again, I find it really interesting that we found out Wally wasn't originally able to communicate with home. And a lot of people felt that that secret video had a lot of layers to it as well, where they felt as though Wally might be a little jealous of Frank in the way that he can talk to home. There's like somewhat of a negative feeling to that video. Wally being a spy or something could have some truth to it too. So I really want to know your thoughts on that. So let me know your stance on it in the comment section. I also see Wally in Julie's home, all mysterious like, while she's having that breakdown in the our home section of the site, his reflections in the mirror, which a lot of people have been like, why was he there? Did he just break into her house? Like, what's going on there? Like, he seems to be there for a lot of these situations, you know? So it's just something to think about. A lot of people were pointing this out in my comment section. It was something that I failed to realize. But on the Our Home secret portion of the site that is now there, you know, you can click on things and do some investigations where we find some bugs. But if you click on Julie's door for vanity, there's like a pile of dirt and a note under it, and there's a spoon in there. I thought it was a spoon to dig dirt, but boy was I wrong. Pickle Fitz pointed out, the spoon isn't covered in dirt. It was being lit with the lighter from underneath it, done to intake a certain substance not for children, lol. And multiple people have pointed that out to me, which I failed to realize, so boy do I feel stupid. I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised with that one secret video of Poppy, which I'm interested to hear more about. Maybe this is something that the puppets do to cope with everything. Obviously, it's a thing that Poppy does, cope with all of her anxiety, which I did see a lot of discussion on Twitter that they feel as though maybe Poppy is abusing substances, which obviously is not good. That is very, very bad. Is it likely? Yes, honestly, with everything going on and from like, I don't know what we see. I think that's a reasonable inference to make. Okay, so this isn't from the comment section, but I was scrolling on Twitter and I saw these two really incredible posts that I wanted to share with everyone. The user who posted it is Mixed Media Child. Go follow them because, oh my god, this made so much sense to me when I read it. They posted a quote, "Do you remember the door?" And it says, what if Julie is seeing the same thing that Poppy saw? What if it is home getting to them? As we can see in the reflection of the window image on the Our Home section, there is a door in the background, in a very ominous door. Frank sees a very weird, ominous door, and then we have Poppy who was like going on and on about the freaking door that she couldn't open. Another comment I saw a lot that was analyzing the homewarming video, Marty1999 says, if you look at the transcript for the homewarming video at the end, it says, Frank, Wally, the wind begins to roar again. Frank sounds different. It was me. I couldn't go through the door, but then how did I get here? The heartbeat returns. It is getting louder. Why can't I remember? A loud crack is heard. Audio ends. This was not in the video for some reason, but it makes me think that Julie nor Wally stopped Frank from leaving. It was either some sort of psychological barrier or supernatural force that kept him in home that night. Now he's trying to rationalize it and can't remember. Controlling these puppets, having effects on them, I think is like a very big thing in Welcome Home, and I think whatever entity is, again, overarching? One of the two that's controlling Welcome Home is having these effects on them. There were also comments pointing out that when Eddie goes to leave the homewarming party, Eddie says something like, oh, like I have to get home. And then Frank is like, the post office? And he's like, no, home. People were like, he's recognizing that he's not supposed to be in this world. So could this be leaning towards the theory that these puppets weren't just made alive? I kicked the camera. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. But could this be something more than that, where these were people at one point? I don't know. That's for you to decide and to debate in the comment section. Usagi May posted a really good theory. Sad as it is, I do like the theory being confirmed of Julie and Frank being forced to be together to be more acceptable for the show, while Frank and Eddie are actively into each other. It made me want to go check. So many things were happening for gay, trans, and queer people alike during the time of the 1960s. So the entire thing about a lavender marriage between Frank and Julie kind of fits for the time. The whole Buggle thing made me think back to the holiday update for Halloween. Sally telling her story about something creeping around the neighborhood and scratching at the walls. At first I thought thought maybe it could be home, but it didn't make sense at the time. But knowing that no one has ever seen the last stage of the creature makes me think that's probably what it was, and it's probably the same creature, maybe, that the other restoration team said was in the packages. I'm still wondering if Wally has like a conscious part in all of this. Way far back somewhere near the beginning, we know that a lot of the videos were from Wally's perspective, and they also glitched and watching similar to how it is for the other neighbors, so it still makes me wonder if he's also going through the same thing, and if he's eventually going to be someone we focus on since he's disappeared completely from the site. That's something I desperately want to know. Is it home? Is there another entity haunting the neighborhood? Is it Ronald's ghost? Vengeance? Also, Poppy having a bong was like, not on my bingo card. Me neither, but you know. Again, I do think that with Eddie and Frank, lavender is brought up like a lot. Again, the secret video that shows that there's that relationship between Eddie and Frank is titled Sweet Lavender, and it is behind the scene videos of the Sweet Briar story where he's paired with Julie and Eddie just cannot remember. And Frank also kind of goes between hallucinating Eddie and Julie in the Sweet Briar role. I think the showrunners have control in that and is making Eddie have these memory problems where he is forgetting his relationship with Frank, which is extremely sad, but it definitely seems like that's where this is headed. Wally, again, I think could very much be surveillance. A lot of people were pointing out too that in one of the videos his eyes get a little bit weird that almost resemble like video camera, which people were like, oh my god, he's surveillance. I think it's a very interesting thing to point out, and again, kind of goes further into the conversation about his role in all of this. Anyways, I think that is going to be it for me today. If you have any theories that you'd like to be featured in a potential future video, maybe furthering the conversation on this video, please comment your theories in the comment section because I would love to go through them. Seriously, one of my favorite parts about doing the welcome home videos is I get to read through your comments and we kind of have like this conversation going. I really do enjoy that. I think it's really fun. I'm curious to hear your stance on everything. Really want to know where you guys all stand with the Wally debate. But yes, of course. Ew. I really don't know what that was. Ignore that. That didn't happen. I didn't do that. I mean, what? What are we talking about? Anyway, yeah, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your support on my last video. Oh my god. Really do appreciate it. And I said in the last one too, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome in, neighbor. If you like Welcome Home, I do talk a lot about some similar kind of stuff. Just did a video where I went over the lore of this game called Threadville that involves spooky puppets, and I feel like if you like Welcome Home, you'll probably like that. I've also done a few videos on the Pen Dog Creative Library ARG, which you'll also probably love if you like Welcome Home. But basically on this channel, I just yap about a lot of stuff I find interesting, talk about theories, all that jazz, so welcome in. Again, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for leaving your amazing comments. Really do have fun reading through them. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, Brussels sprouts.